Thank you for choosing the iStuff group. In this video, we'll show you how to check the calibration on your tonometer. Tonometers contain small, precision mechanical parts, including the feeler arm and internal bearings. If the instrument is bumped, dropped, transported, or removed from the slit lamp, calibration must be rechecked. Before testing tonometer calibration, it's important to confirm that a few setup conditions are met. Ensure the slit lamp table is level both lengthwise and widthwise. Verify that the tonometer mount is fully secured and that the tonometer is seated flush on the mount. Finally, confirm that the measuring prism is fully inserted and properly seated. To perform this check, you'll need the control weight, also called a calibration or check bar. The control weight has 5 engraved circles. The center mark is for 0, the 2 inner marks are for 2, and the 2 outer marks are for 6. Here is the diagram inside the manufacturer's user manual. We'll start by testing the 0 setting, which is performed without the test bar. Place the tonometer in its normal operating position in front of the slit lamp optics. This is the feeler arm. It responds to movement of the measuring drum. In this position, just above 0, it is resting toward the operator side. As the measuring drum is rotated further, the feeler arm falls forward. When the drum is rotated back, the feeler arm falls back. The tonometer passes calibration at 0 when the feeler arm falls forward and backward, as the index mark moves just past and just before 0. This confirms the feeler arm is balanced. This image shows exactly where the feeler arm should begin to drop toward the patient and where it should return toward the operator. Notice how, in this example, the bottom edge of the tonometer index line aligns with the top of the dial increment. In the opposite direction, the top edge of the index line aligns with the bottom of the dial increment. Each whole number on the dial represents 10 millimeters of mercury, and each small line represents 2 millimeters of mercury. Any movement that occurs outside of that half millimeter range indicates the tonometer is out of calibration. As shown here, the feeler arm should drop within the green highlighted area. If it falls outside this range, the tonometer requires calibration. We'll now check calibration at the 2 setting. Set and secure the weight at the 2 position on the calibration bar. Align the cutout on the calibration bar with the key on the tonometer, then slide the bar straight on until fully seated, with the longer end pointing toward the examiner. On the 870 model tonometer, the calibration check procedure is nearly identical. Here, we are setting the adjustment weight to the 6th position. Fit the holder and weight over the tonometer axis. The key difference is that the longer end of the weight must be oriented toward the patient side. Once connected, the calibration bar moves in sync with the feeler arm, so either one can be observed when checking calibration. At 2.05, the feeler arm should move toward the stop in the direction of the patient. At 1.95, the feeler arm should move toward the stop in the direction of the examiner. This alignment and feeler arm movement confirm the tonometer is in calibration. We are now going to check the calibration at the 6th setting. Set and secure the weight at the 6th position on the calibration bar. Again, make sure the longer end points towards the examiner. At 6.05, the feeler arm should move toward the stop in the direction of the patient. At 5.95, the feeler arm should move toward the stop in the direction of the examiner. If the feeler arm moves far past the 6 mark or drops before reaching it, the tonometer is out of calibration. Here is an example of a tonometer that is out of calibration with a late drop. When checking the 6th setting, the test bar does not move until well after passing 6 and returns to neutral while still beyond the 6 mark. Because the test bar drops late, this tonometer is out of calibration and requires service. This example shows a tonometer out of calibration at the 6th setting with an early drop. The test bar detents before reaching 6 and returns to neutral near 5.6, indicating improper calibration. For our final example, we're showing a tonometer that is out of calibration and exhibiting a sticking condition. The feeler arm responds on either side of 2, but not at the correct points. Instead of returning near 1.95, it drops early at approximately 1.6. It also drops late at approximately 2.2, beyond the expected position. This behavior indicates the tonometer is out of calibration and requires service. This concludes the calibration check demonstration. If a tonometer fails any portion of the calibration check at 0, 2, or 6, it must be sent in for service. For questions, service, or calibration test bars, please contact us using the links provided in the description. Thanks for watching.